Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. So we're going to try something a little different today. I'm actually going to be down here in the corner of your screen. Get a lot of feedback from folks saying that being in the picture really helps folks. So this is going to be the final match of the night from January 16th. My bad, it's just Pool Politics going up against Pool Party once again. Terry from Pool Party, he is a skill level 5. Jason Barber from My Bad It's Just Pool Politics is a skill level 6. Terry's got the lag, so we'll see how this one goes. He's about ready to break. Terry did used to be on the My Bad team. He moved up to New York for a short while and then moved back, so by the time he came back we had filled that spot on the team. He gets the one ball up in the corner. That's gonna be wild. I'm not sure what I would do in that situation. I'd call for somebody to watch the shot for sure. I mean, you can't go wrong with just shooting right out of it, but the odds of actually making something happen, shooting into it like that. Okay, gets the 3 into the corner. Gives himself a shot on the 5. Not bad. The carbon fiber cue he's got, he bought that off of Temu for like 50 bucks. It seems to work, you know. It's I don't know if I'd go for that one, but I've shot with it a couple times and it doesn't feel bad at all. It's just, you know, I've never really used anything else carbon fiber, so I can't really compare it. Jason doing a real good job with the stripes here. He's got a shot on the 11 still up into the corner. Comes across with a stun. Oh, lands behind the 7. I think he's a little bit too far behind the 7 for the 13 ball there. He might be able to just clip it or kick at it. He gets a good hit on the 12. Kind of hard to get any kind of a safety out of that. Leave that right on the 2. Got the 2 or the 7. Knowing Terry, he's probably going to go for the 7 ball, try and get it up here into this corner. If he does that, the cue ball should come around, get down here somewhere. Give him a shot on the 4 or the 6 into the 2. Oh, he's going to go for the 2 first. I was kind of surprised. He's going to have an awkward cue over that 10. Or you can go up for that 7 again. 7 now. He goes for the 4. And it just kind of hangs there in the pocket. Jason's got a real easy shot on the 10. Could go for the 13 all the way up into the corner. I don't know that that gets him where he wants to be. Well, if the angle he's going at it, he should come back for the 12 or the 10. Oh, bump off the 8 though. defensive shot for that one. Terry can easily hit the 6 ball, but not easily put it anywhere. He's going to go for the 7, possibly? Unless he's just going to skim off that 6. Yep, just real thin on the 6 ball. I think... looks like Jason can go ahead and... Nope, he goes for a defense on that. And another defensive shot from Terry. Those people I hang out at the pool hall with probably not going to recognize me down here in the corner because I'm not wearing my hat that I usually wear. If you do know me from the pool hall, you know the hat I'm talking about. Looks like Jason's going to go deliberate foul on that one. Trying to put the 6 in a bad spot. And move the 12 out more than anything. I think I would have tried to land that cue ball around here, glance off of it and head down this way. He cuts it really thin. Still left with the 6 ball in a really bad position. And he knows that he really can't just clear that out of there without just opening things up for Jason. So, oh, another defensive shot. Jason goes for defense. Gonna make Terry kick at this one. Hey, got it. It's a good kick. And definitely defensive shot there from Jason. Way too easy for him to have put that in. Just going to go back and forth. The issue with that for Terry is that Jason will do this all day. He will have no problem whatsoever with just going back and forth defense. Terry is getting to the point where he has that sort of patience, but he doesn't really have it for the full day yet. I know that. Great pool player, both of them, but yeah, he will eventually say, no, I'm going to go for it. And one more time. 12 isn't quite where Jason wants it yet. Terry really kind of thinking of his options here. Calling for a timeout. Let's see who comes over. Looks like Joe's going to come over and give him some advice on this one. It's in there so tight now that the odds of him hitting this and not knocking the 12 away somewhere really slim. I think Joe is advising him to actually get a deliberate foul and push the 8 up against the cluster. Yep. That'll be ball in hand for Jason. If Terry can execute this well, it'll make things just, yep, even worse. Although now this gives Jason the opportunity to do that sort of a safety to it. And Terry has to play that where it lies. He's seriously considering just knocking things out of there. Which would be a mistake at this point for Terry. I mean, he has to keep playing this game for as long as he can with Jason, or he's just going to open things up for him and let Jason take this rack. He didn't hit that as hard as he wanted to. It was coming back in the right direction. Ran out of gas. Almost got there. So that's ball in hand. If Jason can just shoot this right on straight up with a little bit of fall, he'll be in a good position to get that. A little bit of left. Put him up here with the cue ball. Nope. Gonna be another defense. And it worked. Now we got the 12 off the rail. The 8 is partially covering the cue ball. So Terry can probably go rail first, but no, he's going to have to kick all the way around on at least 3 rails. Nice hit. Wow. Well, that's just a great hit there. Yeah. Problem is, of course, things are cleared up finally for Jason. He's just looking at what angle he wants to be on for the 8. I think I would have tried to bounce up here for the shot on the 12. I'd be a lot more comfortable with trying to take that 12 into that corner there instead of trying to do that bank shot. Part of me honestly thinks that Terry's going to try and come off of the 6 ball and get in here with that cue. It's a really tough shot to pull off. There, he tried it. One, two, 3 rails to come right back out center table. Nice shot. Right where he wants to be for the 8 ball. And Terry doesn't even wait, starts racking up. Nice break. I don't see anything having gone in. So let me know in the comments whether or not you think me being on the screen here is a good addition, bad addition, what have you. I'm pretty sure if I stick around with keeping myself here in this position, I'm going to get one of those green screens to go in the back of my chair so I don't have all this weird fuzziness going on around behind me. Terry picks solids. A little bit of a cluster going on right in here for that, but they're clustered up with the stripes, so gotta work with what you got. I think I would have been a little bit more comfortable going with stripes off that while the table was open if I could have gotten there, but nice shot. Puts him down onto the 9. Oh, the 9 doesn't go. He was trying to get back in position for a good shot on the 11, which should have, with a little bit of follow, putting him on a good position for the 10 or the 14. Doesn't give Terry much to work with here. He's going to have to just hit that 4. From his body gesture, he was trying to get these balls to move more than they did. He's trying to clear some things out. Hard to do with a really thin cut like that. Combo shot. Bumps the 4 over into the 1. That 10-15 just about looks wired into the corner. Yep, there it goes. 10's up on the 4 ball now. 12 on the 5. Put the 14 into the side. Brings him back with a shot on the 11. If he goes for this corner with the 11, he can probably go around 2 rows and get back here. He just goes for a defensive shot on that. Just to not give Terry anything easy to work with. Well, that broke things up a little bit. More for Jason than for Terry, really. He could do the 10 right into the side there, 12 into that corner. There goes the 10. I think he can get the side of the 11 ball here if he can get past the 12. Just go ahead and put it into the side. Yep, he goes for the 12 right up into the corner. Beautiful shot. And he's lined up where he can get the 11 into the side now, which will leave him on the 8. As long as he doesn't go too hard with that, he should be in good position. Well, I would have gone soft on that one and left myself hopefully right around here with the cue ball. This shot here, I'd try cutting it into the side, and that's what he put to begin with. Now he's marking up this corner pocket, so he's going to go ahead and try and bank it. It doesn't quite go. Cue ball gets up there close to it, but not in. All right. Terry's best shot here is this 6 cut over into the corner to give him a start on a run. From there, you should be able to go and get the 4 into the side or the 7. Oh, he's going pretty soft on it, so that's, oh, he missed it. He just missed it. And he goes ahead to concede the rack. All right, we're going to have Jason break for rack 3. Another dry break. Let's see what Terry decides to go for here. He's got a fairly decent shot on the 11 into the side here, or into the corner there. Goes for the 15. I think he was trying to get that into this side. Hit that pretty hard without taking a lot of time to aim. Kind of like the solids on this layout. Start off with the 1 in here. Jason's going to go for the stripes, looks like. Well, there's definitely quite a few we can just clear off pretty quick with the stripes. 14 here is probably going to have him coming out this direction. He stops in here. Oh, he's going to go the different way altogether. All right. Well, if he goes for the 9 into the corner there, he's got to try and hold the cue ball. Nope. Doesn't do that either. He doesn't get the 9 ball though, so not sure where he was trying to get with that. If he would have bumped the 3 harder, the 14 into the side would have been his next choice, I'm pretty sure. Well, Terry looked like he was going to go straight for that 5 ball, but it is awful close to the 10 and the 13. Most likely hit the 10 on the way. See if he can get past it. Yep, can. All right. Only leaves him shooting at the 1, though. I mean, putting the 1 up here is going to have the cue ball probably hit this rail, come back down. It looks like the easiest thing to do. If he's lucky, he can get in between the 13 and the 10 and get on that 6 ball. Nope, doesn't get the angle. Kind of hard cueing over top of things. Well, nothing really in. No real great shot for Terry this time around. So he's going to try and squeeze that 4 in. changing his mind. Don't think the 6 really goes anywhere from where he's at. Yeah, kind of figured that was going to bump the 9 trying to get in there. Well, Jason's got maybe the best angle he's had on the 14 right now. If he hits it light enough, it'll put him right out in here for the 13. But he's got to get from there to the 10. A little bit of rail first, okay. Gives him the ability to either put some draw on it or something else to get around where he wants. Yeah, well, I think he was trying to get down here for the 9 ball. Still has the option here with the 10, but he's gonna have to go. Wow. I would not have imagined him being able to put draw on that. Going over the top like that. I wouldn't have been able to put draw on it for sure. Kick shot, and I'm gonna hit the 4. That did not put any angle on whatsoever. Just about came straight back. It's gonna leave the 4 in position and work, I guess, on the 2 first. Makes sense. It's the biggest cluster problem area he's got outside of the 4. The 4 is a little bit off of the 9 now, so it should go in pretty easily. Although I would have wanted a little bit more follow on that to get over to the 6, I think. Take the 6 all the way up to this corner in order to get decent position on the 1 ball. And he's going to get a timeout from Pedro. Pedro and Terry did a Scotch doubles tournament a while back. Managed to get really far in it. Did a great job. One of their second to last matches was against 2 other members of Pool Party. So all on the same team ended up competing against each other. All right, Terry goes for a defensive shot. Make it difficult for Jason to get that 9 ball again. Good move. He didn't have a great shot on anything. He probably could have, worked real hard and got something to go in, but well, ball in hand one more time. Ball in hand here. It's gonna go for the 7 into the side. I'd probably leave it. I think I'd start off up here with the 1. Get myself in position for the 6. Do a stop shot on it. Try and put the 7 into the 4. Softly enough to stay in the pocket with the 7 and work my way out that way. But Terry and I definitely do not see the same patterns on the table. He's left-handed for one. So he just kind of approaches what's easy for him is definitely not easy for me. He has a different angle at things. Nice bank shot on the 1. I would have tried to cut that into the other side pocket instead of banking it. would have gotten a little further away from the 6 than he is now, and it's pretty far from the 6 as it is. There he goes. A little bit too much bottom on that one. Pretty sure he wanted to be about here. Just going to go ahead and mark up this corner pocket here. Try and cut that in. Of course, he's got to make sure he avoids the scratch. Terry's go-to for avoiding where he doesn't want the cue ball to go is usually a lot of bottom really hard. Not bad. He managed to make it. Like I said, though, the really hard part, he really drills it when he's trying to avoid a scratch, which not the way I would go about it. It works for Terry. It works for him. So, you know, what can I say? I would not go that route because I just couldn't make it work. All right, Terry to kick off here with rack 4. Still dry breaks. That 4 ball just about dropped in the corner. I definitely like solids for this run. Got all of these stripes clustered together here. The only major issue I see with this whole run is the 6 ball against the 12 when it comes to the solids. Well, 7 doesn't go. Almost got the 1 up into the corner. Terry's easiest shots right now is this 12 ball here, but it takes away Jason's only real problem ball. He goes for it, so. He goes for defense. I think he wanted to leave the cue ball down here. Hit it a little too hard. Sure where Jason is at the moment. Might have gone up to the bar to see if I can get himself a drink, but here he comes. goes for the 5 all the way up. Can go with the 3 or the 1. I kind of like going for the 1 right here to softly bounce out to about there for the 7. If he bounces down further here, you could go for the 6. Yeah, 6 looks like a pretty good shot right now. Anyway, maybe he's going to go for the 3 though. Yep. Decent angle for the 6 there. Perfect. He got himself right on the 7 ball. Just got to get down here for the 2. I think he's looking to see if it clears between. He's calling for a timeout for somebody else to take a look at that and see if it'll clear in between as well. Don't know that it does. Jonathan giving him the timeout. Plenty of forward on that. On top. Didn't get between the 11 and the 10 though. I think he wanted to come at that and be on this side of things. Instead got past him and had to come in behind it. Terry's got a lot still on the table. 6 balls to go for him to get on the 8. I think that'll go past the 8 ball and hit the 11, no problem. If he can stop shot that, he puts himself on the 13 or the 12, no problem at all. Or the 10 even, if he goes a little bit past. Plenty of options to work with. Yep, nice. I would definitely be looking at 13 first. Stop the cue ball right around here. 9 ball in here. Bounce out just a little bit to put myself into the 10 ball there. From there, I'd probably want some draw on that shot, though, to bring the cue ball back for a nice, easy shot into the side. Of course, the 13 doesn't cooperate. So, Jason's turn. Oh, he's going to cut that into the side. I kind of was looking at that as all the way up. Probably going to try and cut that. Okay. I was half expecting him to go ahead for a bank. Oh, kind of why I was expecting him to go for the bank shot. That's that'll give another one to Terry. So 2-2. Fifth rack about to be broke. Cue ball doing a little air time and then heading for the corner. Okay. Jason not taking a lot of time to decide solids was the way to go. Fairly good spread there, so, you know, kind of the other one would have probably worked out okay. Solids does look a little bit better laid out. Just keep moving around the table there, not bad. Terry's turn, of course. Biggest problem on the table right there. Everything else out in the open. Oh my gosh. I really didn't expect him to miss that. Terry doesn't usually miss those kind of side pocket shots. And there goes the 5 out and away from the cluster. Not completely in the clear, but a lot better off. And he ought to be able to take care of it right here. There we go. And we'll get around that. Got around the 10. 9 ball's still kind of in the way. Oh, nice try at that bank shot. Yeah, I'd go for the 10 right here. Or just right into the 14-15. You ought to be able to split that and put the 15 here and move the 14 up this way. That's for the catch shot on the 9, though. Mostly defense, I think, there. Just trying to not give Jason an easy shot. So, you know, if that's the case, definitely successful. Forgot to give Terry the point for that last rack. Wait. Not sure if I should have given Terry a point just there or not. Totally forgot where I'm at, unfortunately. Sorry about that. We'll figure it out here before too long. try and cut this 11 ball in and hold the cue ball here, that's going to be really difficult. Yeah. Thin cuts like that, it's really difficult to control where that cue ball is going to stop. I have to be really good at your cue ball speed. Kind of misjudged the angle it was going to come off the 11 as well. So, detour. Plan had been to go here. Then probably to put the 9 in and then put himself on the 13 to be in position for the 8. But now he's going to go for the 9. And instead of cutting it, he tries to get it all the way up into the corner. But that would have been great position on the 13, so makes sense what he was headed for. Unfortunately, he's left Jason with a fairly easy shot into the corner. Jason talking to him about that last run. Like I said, Terry used to be on our team, so, you know, friendly game here. Just trying to talk through strategy after the rack is over with and give him a bit of friendly advice about how he would have executed. The majority of folks at Mad Hippo, you know, we've been playing together long enough now that just having a good time. Thursday night, having a good time. So, cue ball flying off the table there on that one, so be a ball in hand for Terry. Open table, he's going to look at stripes to start off with. Nice easy hit on this. We'll put him on that 13 down on the rail. Yeah, it drops. Bounced off the rail a little bit further than I think he wanted. And there's where the advantage of being a lefty is, right there. This side of the table, I would have been struggling to get on this shot. Oh, does not go. He had the line for it, it just didn't want to drop. More than anything, when Jason takes that kind of time before he gets a run started, it's because he's not planning that first shot. He's planning like the 4th or 5th shot. Right? He knows where he's going to go with the first shot, but he's trying to make sure that from that shot, he gets himself connected to everything else he needs to connect with. I'm finally getting to the point where I feel like I can see the runs, but executing that run, not quite there yet. You know, I can see the way it needs to go, but I have problems with executing. So, but hey, we're amateurs. We're having a good time, and that's what we're there for. We're APA to me is much more about getting together with my friends and having a great time at the pool hall than it is about, you know, I'm not a win at all costs kind of guy. It's just not in me. I'm here to have a good time. Nice job. Left the 12 in the corner after putting in the 9. Gonna go for another combo off that. Doesn't quite come off the rail enough for that one though. It should have come up a little bit more to get that 14 into the same corner again. Now he's gonna shoot it at 10. Really whips that one around. And he's gonna get a scratch for it. This is why I don't put my camera on top of the light. I've actually figured out a setup where I can just put the camera right on top of the light now. But the number of times that light gets hit by somebody whipping their cue around or bumping into it with their head, I'm not ready to put my camera on top of the light. If the light were a little higher up, possibly, you know, it's positioned slightly differently. It's at the perfect height for someone my height, Jason's height, Lewis's height, to just bump your head into it. And then, like Terry, he whipped his cue up so fast. Oh, that's it's not that I'm worried that the camera would get broke. I'm worried that the camera would fall on the table and mess up somebody's match. You know, just get knocked off the light, fall down in the middle of things. And I would feel terrible for that happening. I try my best to be as out of the way as possible. Oh, right behind the 10. Of all the things to bump into off that shot, beautiful shot on the 3 up into the corner. And have the cue ball just deposit itself right behind the 10. That's frustrating. He's probably still going to kick at it and still probably go for that corner. I'd be really worried about scratching here, but Terry's a good enough shot. You can't give him ball in hand right here, because he'll just win. He'll be done. Measuring up both kicks here, either going off the long rail and cutting it, or going off the short rail and the long way around, but easier. I kind of say it's an easier angle for getting the 8 to go where you want, but if you miss your angle, where's the cue ball going? He's changed his mind. He's going to try and put the right there. So he's going to kick and want it to go this way. Safer on avoiding the scratch, I almost wanted to say. I did avoid the scratch. Unfortunately, he's giving Terry ball in hand now. And I think I did give Terry a point prematurely. This really shouldn't be difficult for him to just go ahead and run this out. And I definitely have more on this recording, so this should actually be putting him to 3 if he gets this one in. So Terry just pointing at the corner instead of marking it. There's a lot of guys on Thursday night, and I'm sure in your league as well, that don't mark up the pocket like they should. He missed it. Pretty amazed he missed that one. So the rule book states you have to mark your pocket, period. There's no you can mark it or you can call it. It says straight in the APA rulebook, you have to mark your pocket for the 8 ball. If you don't mark your pocket, your opponent can say, hey, you didn't mark it, you lost the rack. Why people continue to, to just go ahead and point out the pocket or call the pocket instead of marking it. I know that a lot of folks on Thursday nights also play USAPL. USAPL, you can call it. You don't have to have a marker. So, but it's just going to get you in trouble. There's going to come a day when you don't mark your pocket and somebody's going to say, well, guess you lost that rack. I saw it happen in the last Tri-Cups. You know, a guy didn't mark it. It was very obvious he was what pocket he was going for. Shot it in there. His team didn't yell at him to mark his pocket before he took the shot. He shot it. The opponent said, hey, you lost that rack. That's the rules. Of course, the team was pretty salty about it for the rest of the match. And understandably so. I mean, but the rules are the rules. You don't get to make up new ones. You don't get to circumvent them in order to, just expedite your game. You have to play within the same rule set as everyone else. Otherwise, why do we have them in the first place? Terry doing a pretty good job here with the solids. He's got a nice shot here on the 1. The 7. Oh, scratch. That's the Terry likes to force his position. He just does. He has a tendency to really kind of feel like he has to force the cue ball to get somewhere for his next shot, as opposed to looking at taking an angle and hitting it in a way in which he doesn't really have to force it. But it's one of the things that it's taken me a couple of years of playing in league to finally go hey, don't force it. If you don't have a shot, don't try and force a shot. I don't have the skills to force the shot. So if I don't have the shot, then I'm going to do my best to get a defensive shot in and leave the cue ball somewhere where my opponent doesn't have a good one. It's working. It's definitely working. I'm definitely seeing an improvement in my own shooting from it. So works for me. Maybe it, hopefully it works for other folks as well. I know it does. It's the advice I keep getting from my teammates, not to force it. Jason on the hill doesn't get the angle on that one. Terry's gonna go for the 7 ball. Not a bad choice. He looks like he might actually get it. Oh, gonna hang up. But he left this with. It looks like maybe Jason can get past the 6 and get a hit, but he can't get the angle he wants, really. So he should not. If be able to cut it up here. He might be able to bank it over here, though. Oh, he went for the cut. And look, I guess the angle of my camera here was deceiving me a bit. Our next group of videos, I've got a new camera, so we won't be seeing this footage off my iPhone anymore. I finally went out and bought a camera for the channel. Got a one of the new DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro cameras. I actually ordered the Action 4, and when it arrived, the Action 5 was in the box. So I said, thanks for the upgrade, and gonna work with that. It's been taking a little bit of getting used to. It's a wide angle kind of a camera. I don't know if you've ever worked with one of those action cameras or not. You know, like GoPros, that sort of thing. They're designed to be a wide angle, stationary, fixed lens. So definitely been taking some getting used to. I definitely get a different view of the table. Jason pretty worried about the scratch here on this. He doesn't want to turn things back over to Terry. Definitely doesn't want to turn it back over to Terry with ball in hand. Yeah, I'm not sure how to hit this one in order to avoid. I mean, you can cut it into the side, but the obvious scratch here is the thing to really worry about. You know, well, he goes for the bank. He leaves it in a good position, but he also, you know, doesn't get it and leaves Terry looking at a fairly easy shot on this 2-ball here. I gets the timeout for Pedro. I mean, the 2's easy. I would kind of want to bounce out over here. I mean, you can put the 6 into this side pocket, but you're going to move the 8. And that's, you don't want to do that if you don't have to. If you can, the way it's positioned right here, I don't think he can bounce off the short rail and come up here. If you can, perfect. 6 over here, little bit of follow, 8 into the side. Nothing to it. But this position is a little awkward for that. Well, if he goes all the way up with the 6 and a little bit of follow, put the 8, put the cue ball there. I really don't like, I mean, easy enough to, you know, like just chrome it off the 8 ball and get that right in the side, but you move the 8 and it's right in front of a pocket, so why would you want to do that? You know, if you can avoid it. He gets it. He kind of slides towards the rail, though. This really shouldn't be a problem. He should be able to put that right in. And again, he's just kind of tapping on the rail instead of marking his pocket. Terry, if you're watching this, mark your pocket. Quit just pointing it out. Mark the pocket. have cut that into the side all day long. I know he was worried about having the cue ball come up here and off the 14 into the corner, but just don't hit it that hard. I mean, it was right where the cue ball is. Barely have to hit that to get that in the side. Now we're going to go back and forth for probably who knows how long trying to break this up. Because I know Jason's not going to go for this right now. He's just not. It's not his style. He's going to do a safety and put the cue ball up here and the 14 on the short rail as well. I think he wanted the cue ball to go a little bit closer to the short rail, but that's ball in hand now because nothing hit the rail. A little bit too soft. I can't tell if there's enough room for the cue to put the cue ball right about there and just right in to the corner with it. It doesn't look like it, or Terry would have placed it already. He's gonna go for safety. This one's really tough. He's gonna try and... Oh, he didn't go... Wow. Went for it. And... kind of surprised. Well, not too surprised. Terry doesn't play the safety game the way that Jason plays the safety game. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right. Well, that'll put Terry on the hill finally. I did give him a point early. Oh, and then he said, that's me, and that's the hat I'm talking about. He set his cue ball up here, in front of the line. I've seen him do that a couple times, and, you know, you can be on the line. You can't be in front of the line. Six ball in. Oh, he's going to be going with solids because all the stripes are still on the table. Got a pretty good shot getting the 7 right into the side there. Tangent line off that shot should collide with the 12, but looks like he's going to go for the 1. Well, good try at it. Didn't get it, but doesn't leave Jason with a great shot on anything. He could definitely take the 12 all the way up the corner here. That'll bump into the 5. Won't really give him much to shoot at afterwards. That being said, Jason could very well go for defense right there. He doesn't like to take a shot and make it if he won't have another shot afterwards. Unless that next shot would be a great defense. Then he'll do it. But if he can't continue with the run, he is going to immediately be looking for his defense. Here he comes. trying to figure out where he's going to end this and put the cue ball somewhere where Terry isn't going to have a good shot, more than he is looking at any kind of a run out. Just not a good position to start one. Gets 9 and just goes for cue ball up table. Looks like the 5 ball ought to go from here. Yep. Puts himself onto the 1. I'd go for the 1 right now. I mean, it's in an easy spot, but from a lot of different places, but he doesn't have another good shot, so. Easiest shot here is the 7. Tangent line on that is terrible, though. Heading right for the corner pocket. Yeah, forcing the shot. Yes, he got the 3 to the side pocket, and it went round and round in it and spit it right back out. And he didn't get into a good position for anything else. So, just nailing it way too hard. Defensive shot, trying to get the cue ball in behind the 14. Mostly successful. Was hooked in there pretty good. Terry can hit this 4 easily enough, but it's not going to go anywhere. I stand corrected. Did not see that happening at all. Some days you're lucky. Yeah, see, that's the shot I would have taken a while ago. A little too soft, though. Didn't really get. I would have wanted to bounce back down here. Put myself on the 3 for a nice easy shot to put myself on the 2. I'll go for the 14 or the 10. Looks like the 14. Bumps him up table for the 10 or the 13, although a little awkward queuing over the 2 ball. Probably the 13. Yep. There we go. Nice shot. 11 ball is going to be the trouble ball right now. Gotta find a way to get that away from the 3 ball, off the rail. And that's not going to do it. I think he was trying to get right down here so that a hit off this with follow would take the cue ball right about there. He could go ahead and try and bank that 11 right now. If you can manage to bank the 11, should have the cue ball here. 10 goes in. Yep, here we go. Oh, that's not going to go. And that angle there on the 10 would have brought the cue ball right up here. Terry's turn for a bank shot. I'd shoot the 2 right now up here. Just leave the cue ball here for an easy shot on the 3. And that parked him behind the 8. He wouldn't have had a shot on the 2. Defensive shot. Still leaves Terry with a shot on the 2 ball here. Honestly, I'd take a defense here as well. I would go defensive. I would hit this on the side. Park the cue ball over here. He can't get, Jason wouldn't be able to get at the 10 for this. The 11's not going to go in that side pocket. It's not going to go past the 3 or the 10. There he goes. And he gets behind the 10 ball a little bit. I think he can still get around that. If he goes rail first on this shot, he might get back in. But too hard. He could have left himself here. He could have left himself here. But he slammed it. And put himself behind the 10. He's going to get a timeout. I think Jason's in there giving Joe advice on the timeout for Terry. So another fun little fact in the rule book, getting a timeout for somebody who's not on your team is the only ball in hand foul that is not involving the cue ball. There, dropped and managed to get clear of the 10. That was a close one. All right, let's call in his pocket instead of marking it. Terry, mark your pockets. I'm going to put that across there in big letters when I do the final editing for this. It's going to say, Terry, mark your pockets. A couple of good opportunities here for Jason to go ahead and do a defensive shot and deny Terry an easy one in. Like that. That was beautiful. Beautiful shot. Lots of distance. Get the 10 to just ride itself all the way up the shot line to the 8. I mean, that could have traveled another couple of feet and still been in the way. So Jason and V, we have the jar for a quarter for a scratch. Can we take a quarter out for a beautiful defense? Just saying. This is the team in which we have a jar. You scratch, you put in a quarter. You miss with ball in hand, you put in $2. Scratch on the 8, put in $1. It's, 8 ball on the break, you take out $1. 9 on the snap, you take out $1. Let's get a beautiful defense. Take out a quarter. Nice shot. Nice shot. That'll finish that up. Terry's gonna pull out the win on that one. Great kick shot. Terry, mark your pockets. Thanks for watching, everybody. Give us a like and a subscribe if you would. I get a lot of encouragement out of it. I just do this because I love pool. I love watching. I love analyzing what's going on. I really like highlighting all of my friends, who play pool with me every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday out at Mad Hippo. So if you enjoy what we're doing here, give us a like, give us a subscribe, leave us a comment. Just say, hey, like your show. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you again soon.